Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I did kind of like a fall, shop my stash. So pretty much I was like going through my makeup and I found some pretty fun stuff. So I'm going to talk about the things that I found that I was like fun to try for me. Just pretty much two things that I was excited to try. This little eye duo from, three things. This little eyeshadow stick from Bobbi Brown, and it's called Golden Pink. It's really pretty. And then this duo baked eyeshadow from Laura Geller. Looks really pretty. And then this is like a highlighter that I used from Smashbox in the color Fusion Light Baked Starburst. It's really pretty. Have it on right now. This is the look that I have come up with, and if you guys want to see how I got it, just keep on watching. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. So I already did my foundation and my concealer. No, not the concealer, but primer. This is the NYX Angel Veil, and then for foundation I used Rimmel Match Perfection in the shade Classic Ivory 101. So that's what we got going on today. I just kind of went through some of my makeup drawers and pulled some stuff that I wanted to try to play with today. And I think that we will just get on with it. I'm not going to do anything with my brows because I've just been kind of going natural and just doing like a clear brow gel. So I'm just going to put that in right now. This is just the CoverGirl Clear Brow. It's like a clear mascara, really. Oh yeah, that's just this. They changed the packaging of this. I really want to try to get my eyebrows threaded, so I'm kind of not doing very much with them, so that is that. So let me just pull the products here out and just lay them out on the table. I'm gonna put this over here. Some stuff is not anything new, or some stuff I haven't played with, some stuff I love and I have played with, so I want to play around with it a tiny bit more. But some stuff I have had, but I'm like, this is like a good time of year to pull it out. So I'm going to apply this Bobbi Brown Golden Pink cream shadow stick. It's a long wear one. I got it in like a little holiday kit thing. It was for like my birthday, and it was like the only thing I didn't get very much, so I didn't haul anything. So I'm gonna apply this and then blend it all the way through with a good stiff brush. This is like a concealer brush. It's from Walmart. I have yet to see it again, so that's nice. It doesn't feel, it's super soft, so I got it at one of those kind of like, I want to try those kind of situations, but it's really, so I haven't concealed yet, and that cream shadow kind of went everywhere. This is just like a little mirror. I got it at Ross, so I'm trying to hold it up to see. So far, alright. So I pulled out my e.l.f. Need It Nudes palette because I've been wanting to play with this a little bit more. And it has some nice neutrals. It doesn't have a really like transition-y shade, but I'm just going to take this one just to kind of maybe, it's not like necessarily a transition shade, but I kind of want to just block out that shimmer from going too far. So I'm just blending that, and also so that products before but after will blend better because of that shimmery shadow. I bet you we're going to end up covering that up with something else, but we'll see. Kind of want to go for like a nice, like fun holiday kind of look. And something that I really wanted to play with was this Laura Geller Baked Marble eyeshadow in the color Toasty Pink and Berry. Yeah, berry. So yeah, doesn't that look super awesome? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put that kind of, it's really sparkly. So I have this from I forget how to say this, IBY. Anyhow, I have this, and there's like a nice kind of chocolatey brown in there, and I'm going to take that same e.l.f. brush, doesn't say what it is, but I'm just going to blend this color into the crease. It's a nice kind of darker transition color, but like a transition kind of crease color. I'm just kind of messily blending it through because it's not like a too harsh of a color, and the pigment on it is not amazing, but it's not terrible, so it's kind of easier to work with. Buildable. So I have some Fix Plus here, and I'm just going to take kind of like a more fluffier shadow brush so that I can get that kind of pinky color more vibrant on my lid. So I really want to put that on there. Oh, I'm going to wet my brush first with my Fix Plus, and as you can see, I'm like needing a MOA. And I'm going to wipe it through because this is a baked product and you can do it this way. Some shadows you have to dip and then wet. Ooh. Lake City. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. It's really interesting because in some lights it looks really dark and like, I like it. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to go back in with the e.l.f. palette. And I'm going to go in to this shade. This has some glitter in it, but it doesn't transfer like majorly onto the lid. And I'm going to take like a small crease brush. These e.l.f. palettes don't like necessarily have numbers or names, so that's why I have to point them out to you. So I used a kind of a combination of these two shades. This is like the like kind of glittery one, and this is matte. I just kind of mixed them together towards the end. Now I'm going to take the lighter shade in this palette. Actually, I wonder if this one in this IB palette is better. It's a bit more shimmery. I could probably do that one in a minute, but I'm going to do this one because it's matte. I'm going to do that thing that I call baking my brow, and I call it this because sometimes you can do this before you start blending, and you can make sure your shadow doesn't get too uber high. But I like to do it because if even afterwards, if your shadow does get high, this can help blend it through down and kind of make it so it's not too harsh. But this color is extremely bright. Now I'm just blending this crease into the brow with it, so that we don't have mega harsh lines. And now I am going to take this shade in this ID palette, AB, I don't even know, with a kind of, these are my favorite ones, the Defining Eye Brush from e.l.f. It's like an angled brush. They're like my favorite ones to use for highlighting the brow. I'm going to take a tiny bit of this because I'm not sure how pigmented it is, but it's a nice kind of champagne color. And I have some nice fine brow hairs there. It's really great. They came to the party today. Alright, this isn't too shimmery. I like it. Okay. So, lastly, I'm going to go back into that e.l.f. palette one more time and go to that white shade. Open this thing. And kind of really brighten in here. I'm actually really liking how this color is working. This is kind of turning into like a rose gold look. It's nice. Now I'm going to take that IBY palette. EB. I think it's EB. I'm going to start calling it that. If you hate it, you let me know how to really say it. Oh, it's like adding a nice something with that gold. A nice something. Alright, so we have incredibly amount of fallout, like so much. So that this brush actually needs to get super washed. A super wash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this kabuki. It's from Walgreens. It's from like a Disney collection. It's from Belle. It used to have a really pretty rose on it, but it went away. And try to brush away as much fallout as I can before I move on to liner, which I'm going to use the Still Kiss Me from L'Oreal. But I kind of not really liking how it's like kind of a harsh line. And I'm going to take the darkest brown in the e.l.f. palette, because that's my sound effects for stuff. Stuff needs to come to life. And I'm just tapping it kind of not very precisely. I mean, putting it on top of it, but just to kind of blur the line a little bit. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot better. And it kind of mattifies it a little bit more than it already is. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to concealer, and I'm using Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. And I'm just going to put a little dab of him. He's almost gone, so he can go in there a little bit. And I'll put some here, here, and whatever's left under my eyeballs. And then we just blend it out. I'll really make it creaseless. Really. And I am, for powder, I'm going to take my Milani powder foundation. I've been liking this. At first I thought it might be too dark, but, and I'm going to take it on a giant fluffy brush and kind of pat it underneath said eye area. I'm going to go to the under eye area and take the, not the darkest brown, but this guy here. He's matte, and I'm going to take the same flat top liner brush from e.l.f. and kind of smudge underneath there. And I wouldn't dip into your product very much, because the more you do, the more kind of problems you're going to run into, such as fallout or over blending or just whatever problems may occur. Okay, so I put my mascara on. I used CoverGirl Clump Crusher top and bottom lashes, and now I'm going to go in with my Bonita contour kit, and I am going to just take my big giant blush brush and mix these two shades together, the 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm going to be a little bit ambitious, and I am going to take this blush from Lancome, and it is in the color Shimmer Tamarind. It's really, really bold, but every time I use it, I'm not disappointed, and it's one of those ones that you can just use a little bit, so I'm going to do just that. I love it. What is that friend doing? So I just got a tiny bit. I'm going to tap it off, and then we'll put and it just blends beautifully. Like, every time I get like a more interesting shade of blush, I'm not exactly super afraid of using it. And I'm also super into wearing blush. Like, some people will be like saying they're wearing blush, and I'm like, I can't even tell. Like, there is no difference dimensionally in your face, color-wise. That's just my 2 cents, people. My 2 cents. And I got this Smashbox. Ooh, almost dropped it. That would have been bad news. Fusion Soft Lights Baked Starburst. And it's kind of interesting. At first I thought maybe when I got it that it was a eyeshadow, but it's kind of like a mosaic of different colors. When it comes off, it's like a kind of rosy champagne color. This is a B8, this is a Coastal Scents, it's a crown brush, Coastal Scents brush. It's like a foundation brush, but it works really well for highlight. I just like it because it almost is like one of those subtle ones that only appears when you turn your head. Like, buddy. I would totally recommend this to like anybody. I'm like super in love with this. So I have this e.l.f. Day to Night Lip Duo, and I'm going to use the darker red kind of cranberry side. What am I trying to say? And I'm just going to pick this actual e.l.f. lip liner in the color Wine. It's a lip liner plus brush. So I'm going to apply this. I'm going to take the lip brush on it. It's really cool because it helps you kind of blend the liner out. And it's actually a really good brush. Okay. Now I'm going to take the lipstick. Oh, that looks cool because the lipstick is lighter than the lip liner. Cool. Ooh. Alright guys, so that is the end of this video. So if you did like it, go ahead and give it that big old thumbs up that we like. And subscribe so you don't miss out on any other videos. The next video that will be up is going to be a drugstore foundation likes and loves. So stay tuned for that. And then I also have a nail polish review, another one coming up. So stay tuned for that, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!